Okay, weekly update video. This time going to start with the SPX again. Then I'm gonna go through some global markets. I'm gonna start with with the UK, Japan, and China. And then for members, I'm going to continue for the entire world of ETFs, each country separately. And on request, I'm going to have a look at oil and ham. Um, so the market definitely started um, extremely large bull trend, extremely strong. Um, so not likely, even with the negotiations still need to start in Iran and Hormuz closed again. I don't think we're gonna go down, never come back here. This trend is just way too strong. Usually when you have a very strong trend, the first correction won't won't yeah, it won't reverse the trend. Usually there is buyers below the bars, some support here. So near term I remain bullish unless yeah, maybe if the war totally escalates, maybe some panic will be hit the market again. But even then, even when Hormuz stays closed and the negotiations keep going on, I think when there is just a little bit of hope, the market will just do its regular thing, and that's find buyers somewhat lower and then either go sideways, even if the market, if something happens tonight and the market sells off real deep the next few days, then I still expect the market to go like this. Then we have, if we go that deep, then we have another chance to get out up here. So I'm pretty much, well, I'm having a lot, I'm having many long positions, way more than short positions. So I'm net long. I'm also trading on some leverage. So yeah, expecting the first bearish push down to fail and then to resume up. We still need to look how this is going to play out. So for the weekend, I'm recording this Sunday morning. I'm in the Eastern time zone. We are right now um, 0.5% lower, but we were deeper when I looked back a few hours ago. So the market is crawling up already. So yeah, we need to wait how this plays out. But let's say um, yeah, the market is opening in like 7 hours from now. Let's say we open here 0.5% lower, um, and then we are opening up here. So it's not a deep correction at all. So then we were probably going to search where the buyers are. Could be right away, probably not, probably some lower first and then find the bias and then go up. Longer term, I'm not that bullish, as you know from my previous videos. Um, I think that we are in a very late stage of this very long bull trend. It also looks like we are accelerating even more, like a parabolic move up later in the trend. And yeah, usually when you see that, so long trend, accelerate, it's the end. Um, Here we are in a very long channel. It keeps hitting the highs, but then it decides to accelerate. We are going down still like 30%. So we ain't seen nothing that we ain't see anything yet. The market is basically still in up only mode. This dip, well, I was heavily short. I expected the market to go lower, and I quickly reversed to long. Some exactly at the bottom, some some a little higher. I'm sorry for that. I'm having I was listening to news. Um, so yeah, so it looks like we are going to accelerate upwards. We still need to see how this is going to play out. But yeah, whenever you see a trend accelerating, it may take another 6 months, but it's the last phase. The next phase will always be down and significant down. After a trend accelerates, um, yeah, almost always the next phase is down, and often significant. Maybe like 70, 80% of the time if you look back on all data. So question is not if to me, the question is always when. But for now, there is nothing to see about any bearishness. So we trade the long side, and I will remain long as the music plays. And I will be updating that midweek. I will make another update video to see how things are evolving. So let's go to some international markets. Um, Japan. So yeah, Japan is just like the US market um, in a late phase in the trend. It has not been as explosive um, as the US stock market, but yeah, you could say if this is the range, then then you should enter here. This inside range breaks you can trade. Maybe you can also trade this break. Put your stop up here. You trade this box here, long up here. Put your stop up here. You trade perhaps very late entry. This box is on the edge of a range with a stop below it. It often gives a good probability with decent risk reward signal. Um, you may even trade these these bottoms. Then you long up here, put your stop here or here. Um, then you have a good probability with a good risk reward because you're in a range, and in a range the next phase is always a trend. But right now you missed all the entries and the trend has already started. We have broken out. We are not on the edge anymore. Of course, this thing it could go a lot higher, but yeah, where are you gonna put your stop? I mean, let's say this thing is going all the way up here. Your stop is still here because if there is a sell-off right now, you're not going to put your stop here, right? Because the support is here in this zone. Here is where all the buy orders come in. So your stop is all the way up here. So that means your risk reward is just terrible. It's a one-on-one, and I'm not trading one-on-one risk rewards because it's very hard to make profits with a. No, it's not very hard. Um, if you have a probability of 60%, and that's it's more easily doable on on very high time frames because it will always never stop you out and then still go to your target. I see one example here. If you long up here, put your stop up here, then you could be stopped out here. But if I see this happening, I'll hop in back right after. But you don't want to go these bets, the 60% bets um, with a risk that is equal as your reward because your account will be growing very slow. And so I will always focus on the asymmetric risk reward types. So let's go to China. Um, China at the moment, um, well, basically in the long range too. This is not a trending market. It's not like the US market. Bottom of range, the bottom one third of the range, it's always good to find long entries. So if I would be trading this pattern, especially with the higher low, if you see a higher low and it triggers above the first bar, it's, it's a really good trade. On any time frame, you can trade a 5-minute chart. If you get on the low of a trading range and you see the first higher low coming and then we trade above the previous bar, that's where you get long. And here, the risk, your risk reward, if you get long up here, put your stop up here, then you can make like 5 times your risk, right? Maybe even 6, 7, I don't know. But wait then enough, or you just exit here because within 8 weeks you already made 4 times your risk. So definitely worth that, just taking your profit and move on. So if you make 4 times your risk, so suppose you risk $1,000, then you make 4,000 when you reach this. So if you only have a probability of like 25%, you're already break even, or you're already making profit actually. But I think the probability is much higher here. If you take this, you will be around yeah, maybe the odds of being profitable if you take such a strong entry as this, like, and if you go for asymmetric, because if you go for one time your risk, then you reach easily 60, 70%. But I always go for asymmetric, and I think you have 50% chance of at least tripling your risk. Now you can already calculate how profitable that will be. So China, I would be looking for longs up here. Right now I would just wait because this big down, big up usually means we need to go some more sideways. Just if you look at history, that's just it's common to see like this. But if we make something like this, and I see another higher low here, then some ABC, cup and handle, um, however you want to call it, that's where I would be getting along for the long term. If you want to make long term investments. Um, the United Kingdom, I did put on my list to discuss. So the United Kingdom, yeah, I put this on my list because it was just such a textbook example. Here you have the flag break. So first of all, it's a very long range, right? We are the United Kingdom has not been trending. We have been even we are still in the same we are still trading around the same prices as in the internet bubble. I know these companies have given dividends, but so you collected dividends along the way if you were holding this long term, so you would be on a profit. But let's say it was not a very smart investment, investing in the UK, because if you invested in 1998, yeah, just a few months ago, we were still at the same price. So. But I did mention this because if I would be trading the United Kingdom, um, then this is an excellent example of of a high probability trade because you're breaking the trend line, you're breaking this box. So let's say you enter long up here, put your stop here, or you can even put your stop here. It's a little bit more risk, but the risk reward is worth it. Um, so then you make long up here, stop up here, you make 5 times your risk, right? And probabilities are is like, yeah, 50% to make 5 times your risk. So if you only take trades like this, it won't take a long time before you are profitable. Of course, this is a higher low in the low trading range, and I just gave you the example. So in the bottom 1/3 of this large range, you find the higher low, you long above. The first time it gets above the previous bar, but you stop below. So here you can swing it for what if you get long here, like 2.5 times your risk. Definitely worth trading. I certainly would also trade this box to the downside. So yeah, where you enter. In hindsight, this was the best one. So you should up here put your stop above here, above this candle. This is the tension box. If you take a weekly chart, you can see some tension forming here. Um, but I could be aggressive as well and take this double top with the trigger short, um, or put the box line up here, and then you are facing some support. But yeah, if there's fundamental things going on, like at the COVID dip here, if you see such a large range, it's always good to trade these boxes. All right, so going to continue now for members only. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna make the clip here, and then I'm now going to continue for members.